Yeah, Alan, can you maybe give us an update on your calf and how that's going? And yeah, are you ready? Will you be ready, obviously, to play on the weekend?
Yeah, it's going really well. I'm in a good place at the moment. I've come into camp last week and I've done all the training, so I've been ticking all the boxes there, and yeah, if selected, I'll be ready to go on the weekend.
And can you talk to us a little bit about like your decision to not play in that semi-final so that you would be ready for this game? I guess is that the decision that you had to make at the time? And yeah, obviously it's worked out if you are good to go.
Yeah, just for me at the time, it was like I had my mentality to do everything I could to be available for that game. And I thought that, I just ticked all the boxes necessary. But we got a lot of opinions from outside of the Brumbies, and yeah, we probably just thought that if I had to play more than 30 or so minutes, I probably wasn't up to that yet. So I knew that if the boys got the dub then and then moved on to the final, well, there was a high chance of me playing that game. But yeah, I was tracking really well. Came back a lot earlier than I was meant to, so that was a positive.
So it wasn't a case that you had to choose the Wallabies or the Brumbies. It was just that you actually weren't able to play more than 30 minutes for that game anyway.
Yeah. So that was it. Like I just poured everything into playing the semi, and then I think what was most important was getting other people to come in and have a look at it to make sure that I wasn't running any risk. And then yeah, just the opinions helped make my decision.
Hey Al, obviously you're not the only one who's coming back from an injury. Tanella and Angus as well. Can you just give an update on how everyone's going? Like 3 props coming back from injuries, it's quite a bit. Do you imagine that they'll and then you've got Matty Gibbon slips in there as well with and Dane. Do you think that those guys that are coming back from the injuries are less likely to be risked for a really big one against a Boks when they've got such a big scrum?
I think it all depends on like how they've been going. And those two have been unreal. Like they're like seeing the way that they've lifted, obviously they've been training by themselves for a while, so it would have been a hard, tough grind there. And they've brought that new energy into the team. Like they're just more happy, being a part of the team environment and getting involved. And yeah, I know for sure, like they've been running amok at training through their ball carries, and you can tell that they've have itchy feet to play. So they've been involved in live scrums as well, and on 8-on-8. So they've been ticking all the boxes so far. And yeah, I'm unsure of like where they're at, but from what I've seen, like they've been tracking really well.
Right. So you guys have been scrumming down against one another?
Yeah, everyone's been involved in the 8-on-8 scrums. Mate, it's been really good.
And how big is it returning to Pretoria? There's a lot of the team that hasn't played in Pretoria. A lot of young guys have never gone to South Africa in the squad. How do you feel about the start of this Springboks week? It's a big one in terms of momentum, but starting a new chapter under Ready too.
Well, it's a great challenge. It's a great challenge, and something that we're all excited by. Being a part of the first team to beat South Africa in Pretoria, mate. That's that will be awesome. And a memory that we will remember forever. So we've spoken about that. Having that belief, and what underlines that is making sure that we're doing everything necessary throughout our day-to-day, and getting our process right throughout the week. So we're tracking really well. We've been together for 4 or so days so far, but the connection has been unreal. Between the players and the coaching staff, it's been awesome, mate. So we're in a good state. A couple of more tough days to go through our training, but yeah, keen to rip in.
Thank you.
Anything further online, guys?
Marika, I'll ask you. Welcome back to the squad as well. How's the back kind of connection been going? Tom Wright, Sully's in there. Do you feel like experience is going to be important for the back three? Or do you think there could be a couple of surprises against South Africa?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition going on. At the back three, I know Makana Tawase, I got Suli there, Tom Wright, we got Peachy as well. It's good. Everyone pushing for position for the weekend. We're just gonna be better for the team. I think we've been a lot of competition going there. The boys looking good. We have got selected this week. Pretty sure they're gonna do the job.
And Eddie's spoken a lot about the power game, but also he's spoken about kicking and that it doesn't matter how you win as long as you win. Do you think there's going to be more kicking under Eddie or less kicking?
It's a bit of both. He spoke a lot about play what in front of us, jackpot kicking. It's it's going to be a lot this weekend on altitude as well. It's more like see the picture and react to the picture that the South's gonna show us. Whatever decision we kick or we run, we back each other and got each other's back.
Jan, I can see your hand up, mate, if you wanted to ask a question.
Thank you very much. Yeah. This one's for both players. I mean, Eddie touched on it, and you also touched on the need to. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry. The need to believe, but what physically do you guys have to do to beat the Springboks? I mean, regardless of where it is.
Well, one, we have to understand their strengths. Like as a forward pack, we've spoken about it throughout last week, is that they pride themselves on their set piece, scrum and more. And they'll do that till the cows come home, so around the park, they base their game around physicality, so it's important for us to understand that. And one, we just got to go toe to toe. The backs will then add the smartness around the game, like Marika just talked about the kicking and playing what's in front. But in terms of that physicality that you mentioned, it's it's going to be huge, especially against South Africa.
Craig, do you have a question, mate? I'll just ask you online.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, guys. Just Allan, maybe, well, both of you. Wallabies haven't played in South Africa since 2019, and obviously with the Super Rugby change, a lot of your players haven't even been to South Africa, as you pointed out earlier. How big is? How much are you telling the guys about the challenge that they're going to face outside of the rugby itself, the sort of hostility and the conditions of the Highveld? I mean, it's going to be quite I suppose, a wake-up call and a nice challenge for some of your younger players.
I think like we've had a couple of meetings about that. Like our leaders have shared their experiences on what it's like playing in Pretoria or playing in South Africa with altitude. Like how they sing the national anthem and everyone gets involved. And then how they start the game. I think it was really good to hear from, our experienced players. And I think that's so valuable to some of our young lads, who will be feeding off those blokes, come the weekend. We know for sure there's going to be blokes, who are nervous. Some boys haven't played in a while. Other boys are playing their first game. But we're trying to nut all that out throughout the week, put in scenarios throughout the week on what we're going to face. And when it comes, we're ready for it.
And things like jet lag.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Sorry, jet lag and things like that you would have been used to through Super Rugby days. I suppose it's a challenge for guys who haven't experienced that.
Yeah, and I think our medical staff and our SSC have been awesome around the plan that we've had coming out. You normally hit a wall around the afternoon, so we've put all our activities out. It's making sure that we all get in the sun, try and stay up till 9 or 10 p.m. And then leave the rooms around 6 or 7 a.m. So everyone actually has travelled well. Just looking around the group, and from today's training as well, there's a real good vibe. And everyone's recovered well. We've had a couple of days here already for boys to go around and have a look. around Johannesburg, which has been special for boys who haven't been here before.
Thanks.
Thanks, Craig. So, Renato, did you have a final question online for Allan or Marika?
Ciao from Italy. A question to Allan. Allan, we met last year in Florence. Basically, it's a kind of a new team with a new coach and everything. How do you consider and treat this rugby championship? As a goal on itself or a way to reach a goal that is far bigger, that is the Rugby World Cup? How are you treating this rugby championship? Thank you.
I think for us, it's our goal heading into this weekend is to focus on ourselves, and that's about playing a brand of footy that Australia will be proud of. Entertaining footy, smart footy, but you have a real edge about it as well. So that's been our focus throughout the whole week, and we know that if we do that, it's gonna give ourselves every opportunity to get the win. And build off momentum heading into the World Cup. So obviously there's a World Cup picture there, and it's a bigger picture. But for us, it's important that we just focus on it now, and that's about ourselves and delivering the things that we've spoken about throughout the whole week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. I will call the online part there. I'll be on the phone if you need anything else. Thanks very much.